Yo, what is going on, my fellow weebs? Chrono here, welcome back to the channel. So, another maintenance is completed, which means we have another set of patch notes to go through. So, usual rundown, so we're going to jump directly into this. There's not a whole lot to go into, so we should get through this pretty quick. I will see you guys over on the NGS site. One sec. So, here we are over on ngs.ps2.com. Me knocking over stuff on my desk all at the same time. Anyway, here we are over on ngs.ps2.com. In case you're someone who's like, hey, why am I listening to this guy reading me patch notes when I can just find out myself? Feel free to scroll on down. There'll be links directly in the video description to where you can find all this information about what there is coming up. And you can read through all this information yourself. You don't have to worry about me reading through it. All the important stuff is right here. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Start things off, we're gonna head over to the update details. If there are any actual like patch notes and changes, they're usually down here. As you can see, there aren't any. It's the end of the month, meaning it's gonna be pretty light on changes for the week. I would say to start things off, but realistically, the only thing going on this week is going to be a 12-man LTQ. Will be basically it's Traspo again. We're going to be defending the transport truck in Lower McKean with up to 12 players. I feel like 12 players is a good spot for these, either 8 to 12 players realistically. Nothing too much past this. The 24-mans are kind of rough to fill up in my opinion. They're not super fun to deal with. So 12-man I'm super cool with. This is pretty much content for people who realistically just don't have anywhere to start. A lot of times I come across players who are like, hey, I'm like level 75 and I don't know where to go or what to do, or hey, I'm just coming back to the game. I really don't have very much to go with or work with, and I can't really afford what's on the market. Like, what should I do? You never really go wrong with farming an LTQ. The LTQ usually gives you some decent raw resources to go ahead and start your process and building up. If you're kind of past that, realistically, if you're someone who likes to hoard materials, then hey, this is great for you as well. Outside of that, you can mostly ignore these outside of like your daily run to get, you know, your daily task completion. And that's realistically about it. We do have a rare drop, rare drop rate, and then I think preset. Yeah, so fixa drop rate and rare drop rate campaign 100%. Super cool here. Looks this is applying to everywhere. Some sectors excluded in quests. I wonder if they're going to exclude a seal. Well, seal is excluded for some other stuff. Maybe this is going to count the seal as well. But you can easily tell usually when you're in game, just mouse over the actual piece of content, you'll see the actual experience or the rare drop rate or the other drop rate, the fixa drop rate, you know, emblem on the screen. So super easy to figure out what's actually going to be a part of it. But we had 100% boost for what is it this week? Yeah, for this week specifically. Maybe so they're trying to fill time right now because this week is pretty lame. Next week is kind of the pog week. And yeah, we're super excited for a lot of what's going to come on next, or what's coming into the game next week. The pre-announced urgent quests along with campaign boosts. So it looks like we've got, this is all pre-announced urgent quests. What's the campaign boost? Additional item drop. They're adding the 9-star Malik weapon series into it. Okay, that's pretty much it. And it's Omen of the Planet Breaker. So it's just Omen is popping left and right. Yeah, it's just Omen popping up over and over again, and they're adding the Malik weapons into it. Basically an easy way for you guys to get a hold of these weapons. They're increasing the rare drop rate of Malik weapons as well as the fuel weapons moving forward on the 5th of next month, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. But for someone who's trying to farm out your Malik weapon and get a hold of it, that way you can get your process starting to build up. Maybe you don't really have much of anything at the moment. Maybe you want to skip over Verschmelz because, you know, you're just coming back or you aren't that far into that grind. It's a good time to go ahead and get these taken care of because urgents are pretty easy to jump into and smash. Just give it your all. As per usual, when the beginning of the month starts up, we do have a PSO2 day. This is one that everyone can get themselves involved in, not just premium players. This is PSO2 day for everybody. Starts always on the 1st, or basically starts the day before and then ends the day after. There's no maintenance going on. It's going to be our standard time frame. So it starts at 7 p.m. the day before, ends at 7 a.m. the day after. We've got our standard 20% EXP and 50% rare drop rate. These usually stack with other stuff, and it depends on the actual quests and things like fixed rewards. You can only get so much, so just take a look at the quest. Like I said, you can find out when you mouse over the emblem to find out what quests are actually affected. PS2 day limited tasks also pop up, so some easy to claim tasks to get some easy to claim rewards. And if you're someone who plays base PSO2, you've got, of course, fun, EXP, rare drop rate, gathering fever bonus, item enhancement success bonus, augmentation success bonus, and enhancement EXP plus 15% when enhancing a weapon. So a lot of good things here in case you need to build up your units or level up your rings, anything along those lines. And as always, we always get our 50 SG and our special scratch tickets for it being premium, or for it being PSO2 day. We also have, it looks like the central comic is being sold now. Correct me if I'm mistaken, but they usually show each chapter of the comic on the website. So either this is the full comic has already gone through and I missed it and I wasn't paying attention, and now they're showing, the full comic together. You can purchase it and get some bonuses, or this is the full comic for volume 2, and then we'll slowly over time see each individual episode of that come out on the site. Again, I haven't been following the comics, so feel free to correct me in the comments, and I'll make sure to either pin or heart that person's comment. That way it pops up to the top so you guys are aware of what to expect. To wrap things up, we're going to pop over to the event schedule because I noticed this and actually didn't remember seeing this announced. I might have missed this, to be perfectly honest, which is totally fine. Sometimes things do get missed, which is okay, but it looks like the SG support, the SG item support scratch, as well as the accessory collection, is popping up today as well. So in case you're someone who took care of the AC support stuff, you want to pick up some easy possible, this is RNG, so some possible easy augments to slap on some new weapons. Well, you've got the SG support scratch here. It is a scratch you do not have to invest into. Realistically, the only thing that you can get from that scratch you can't get from anywhere else in the game is simply going to be the bonuses for trying to slot on fixa stuff. And at that point, really, when you're building up fixas, it's usually the law of large numbers. So I wouldn't worry too much about, spending your hard-earned SG on that specifically. If you like to keep it just for fashion, that's totally understandable. So I wouldn't worry too much about that at all. You're not missing out on much. It's mostly the AC scratch that has items you can't get anywhere else, and it's going to cost you money if it's not going to cost you AC. So, well, I mean, money, I say Meseta, it's not going to cost you AC, so it's totally up to you. And while I would love to drag this video out longer, for YouTube purposes, that's pretty much it. I'm not going to make this take any longer than it needs to. If you guys have any questions, feel free to toss in the comments below. Feel free to let me know if I missed anything, and look forward to this week's set of videos because we're going to be talking about all of the interesting things we saw in the headline and all the speculation we could possibly do while we wait for those wonderful, wonderful updates. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching all the way to the end. As always, take care, my friends. Peace out.